It's the end of a busy day. You just saw 15 patients. Instead of heading home for dinner with your spouse or playing with the kids, you now begin your night job, charting. Charting is critical and necessary, but it steals your focus from your patients, eats away at your time with your family, and keeps you up at night. The burden of always having another chart to complete drains every clinician. Freed is an AI medical scribe that makes charting go away.
Freed listens, prepares your notes, and writes patient instructions for you. Charting is done before your patient walks out of the room. And wait, because it gets better. Freed learns your style over time, just like a human scribe would, except that it will never quit on you. Freed is loved by 3,000 plus clinicians from every specialty. It is HIPAA compliant, takes 30 seconds to learn, and costs only $99 per month. You can try Freed for free right now by going to freed.ai. That's FREED.ai. Listeners of BS Free MD can use the BS Free 50 coupon code for $50 off the first month.
Finally, a source of raw, real, and honest information on healthcare issues that matter most. Welcome to BS Free MD. From the latest medical information to how to stay sane as a doctor or a patient, no subject is taboo, no BS is allowed. Now, let's welcome your hosts, Doctors May and Tim Hindmarsh.
Welcome back to another Wednesday Doctales with cocktails. Oh, apparently it's not working. Let's try it again.
It is. It's working. It's just not. Rumble's not working. It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Okay, let's do this take 2 for the recording for the Monday people. Okay, welcome back everybody to another Doctales with cocktails. And if you're watching the live stream, you will notice that we are festive today. We've got our Santa hats on. Tim's dangling precariously like the snowball is about to melt and hit his nose. And we're celebrating because if you're listening to this on the replay, it will be Christmas Day, Monday. And
it will be.
You'll have nothing else to do but to keep up with us. So
ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas. And hey, so we have prepared a whole lot for this special episode. A grand total of
2 drinks.
Celebrating, and you didn't bring the cocktail of the night, which we will talk about in a bit.
We'll talk about it anyways. It's a handle. I bought a handle with no handle on it. It's too hard to carry. I got little tiny. I have size 7 hands.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to carry a 1.75 liter jug of happy juice
in your hoodie pocket, I guess? So anyway, here we are bringing you our, Christmas Unwrap It special. And I think we should talk about some presents and cool gadgets in the medical world that are out there. Do you have any recommendations for, think about it, tech best presents in the medical world other than,
I don't know, any
pharmaceuticals, especially not pharmaceuticals? Well, I bring this up because I was doing a little research today on some of the hottest cool gadgets that are going to sell out this December. And as I scrolled through, this is there's some really pretty cool stuff that is not medical tech. But we probably need this, a light socket security camera. Look at that. It screws in to your porch light on the front of your garage door or your home. It looks like a light bulb, and it is a built-in security camera that kind of looks like R2-D2.
Does it follow people? Can you move it? Like, can you, like on an app, you can move it?
It sees 360 degrees around.
Huh?
Yeah. So I'll have to check what the price is on that, but looks pretty cool. Okay. So then the next thing that I found on there that is really pretty neat, I thought was pretty fun, of course, is a sleep aid. And this thing, I got to find the name of it, lulls you to sleep instead of like lying there looking at the ceiling counting sheep, what it does is it pulses these waves of light that you're supposed to breathe to in and out, and it calms you. Yeah. And I'm trying to find the name of it, but exactly. So you basically breathe in, breathe out to the light, ebbing and flowing just like the waves. And it's a natural sleep aid.
It probably helps. It's
pretty-
probably actually almost truly hypnotic.
Yeah,
Because that's kind of how hypnotism works.
exactly.
So.
There's this cool little device that I bought you as a stocking stuffer last year called Peeps. It's for dirty glasses. And this little device cleans your glasses. And it looks like a little tiny thing of tongs. And all you have to do is kind of clip them on there and circle the glasses. And it actually uses this soft carbon microfiber pad, takes off all the oils. It's way better than spraying your glasses and then wiping them with although I do like to do that, spray mine and then use the cloth. Yeah. And I guess this was used by NASA and the military, and it's 500 times better cleaner. So there you go. Peeps. And there only was like $12. I got mine at the local optometrist office. Great stocking stuffer. So check that one out. Yes.
So did they use that on like the space shuttle before it blew up? If NASA used
apparently not.
They clean up the windows before the.
Okay, then I found this really cool thing. It's one of the top 5 sleep aids in 2023, based on sleep improvement. It's
ketamine.
Called the Chill Pill. No, it's not ketamine.
Ketamine. That turned out very, very poorly for
the Chill Pill. Okay, so
Matthew Perry.
It took me a while.
It worked out terribly
to find the cost on this, but basically, this thing only costs $60, and what you do is you hang on to it in your hand, and it pulses this electromagnetic wavelength. And right at that point, I was just like, electromagnetic waves, is that going to be safe and effective? Shoot, where did I go? I lost it. But it helps you, here we go, fall asleep. And of course, as we all know, sleeping pills increase your risk of, dependency, death. They don't improve the quality of your sleep. So this chill pill that you hold in your hand sends these pulses to help calm your brain. And I didn't really ever sort of figure out the details on that, but I don't know.
I'm sure they're very, very scant.
Yeah,
it's just, it's exactly like clinically proven. It
says, of course, that it's all natural, non-addictive, and works better the longer you use it.
Right.
But it's supposed to use some kind of electrotherapy to train your brain to relax and sleep. Anyways, I don't know what it does, but some kind of currents to your body that shut down your brain and turn things off. No. So here you go.
If the current is high enough, it will definitely shut down your brain.
It's like 50 grams. It looks like a little AirPod, Apple AirPod case. This girl is holding it in her hand and snuggling with it. And you hold it in your left hand on a low setting, and it shuts off automatically and somehow puts you to sleep. Yeah. Anyway, chill pill. Kind of frightening. I hate stuff that.
How much is it?
$60.
Huh? Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We got to get into the snake oil business. Like, seriously, we got to come up with something like this. Like, it's like, think about relaxing thoughts, and as the pulsations of the pulsations go through the pulsing pulsar, just make up some bullshit story.
Some little gadget.
And the thing just basically like it vibrates. You got a whopping $1.75 into getting it made in China, and then you sell it for $60 and put like some BS free MD label on it, and it's like doctor approved, which means nothing. And then of course you come up with the American Sleep Association approval, which is an organization that you make up yourself, and then you give yourself an award from the organization that you made up yourself. and it's like, and it goes around and around and around. Like, I mean, that's It's like, oh, well, he got an award from the American Sleep Association. What's that? Oh, it's a thing he made up.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to research that some more. But I was like, interesting little gadget.
Oh, and the guy that won it was a Nobel Prize winner, not a Nobel Prize winner, a Nobel Prize winner, Noble, which is a prize you just make up yourself, so you could win it.
A Nobel Prize winner.
Nobel Prize winner.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Have you got any thoughts on what would be a good medical gadget for a Christmas present?
I've come up with lots of medical gadgets in my head that, I don't have the $150 million or, to even get to FDA stage, but I think there's a couple ideas that.
Well, here's something for you. It's called
really
Flex Vision. And these revolutionary reader glasses, you put them on and they have this little twisty thing on the temples.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
You can twist them and they will change the power so that, I guess what, if your vision worsens and you need more power on your cheaters, you can just dial it in, or if you want to share them.
No, they'd be good at work because like when I'm like taking slivers out, apparently I have learned that people in Florida get stabbed with palm fronds frequently.
Yes, they do.
And those little sons of bitches break off into your fingers and hands. And then I have to go in there and like figure out how to get it out. So if you had readers where you could look at like, reading, and then you could crank them up to like palm frond level.
Yes. There you go.
That would be good. But yes.
Yep.
Don't handle, like, honestly, I swear, like it's almost like palm trees look so delightful and innocent. And it's almost like they shoot darts at people.
Yeah,
they are
worse.
You
than
break
rose
one of those
thorns.
sons of bitches off in your hand, you are having a bad day.
Well, I got poked by one.
Holy
the Christmas
hell.
lights on our tree, and it didn't stick in there. But man, those are really horrible.
No, they are.
They're like what are those thorn bushes? Hawthorn bushes. Those
they're big sticker. It's like somebody took a toothpick out of their tooth and rammed it into your finger, and it's like they can be hard to find. They break off. A patient comes in, it's like, I know it's in there. When they tell you that, do you know why? Because they know it's in their finger. It's like, holy crap.
Okay, here's something else. They're called miracle sheets. Maybe they're like those miracle scrubs that we were advertising,
which are unbelievable.
Yeah, Cure MD scrubs. But what did he say that ER doc wore them for 5 shifts in a row and didn't wash them? Right. So now there are miraculous antibacterial sheets that can keep you clean and cool. It's called Miracle.
You don't want antibacterial much of anything. You want probacterial.
These are self-cooling and self-cleaning sheets. This is what every man needs, right? 90% of the bacteria.
No, most men need self-cleaning underwear. It's like,
of course, Miracle Sheets, they say that luxury hotel chains, Airbnbs are jumping on board to buy Miracle Sheets because they actually are self-cleaning. No more sweating, odors, or acne.
I can see where this goes. So you go to a hotel and it's like, no, we don't change the linen because it's self-cleaning sheets. Enjoy that.
Anyway.
And you get get in the sheet and it like you get into the hotel and you get into the sheet.
I don't know what they mean by self-cleaning because they say 3 times less laundry.
And it's literally like a crunching sound, like wrapping paper. And you're like, I guess it doesn't really clean that well. Linda, you are 100% correct.
Miracle hockey equipment.
If they had self-cleaning hockey equipment, or as
that would be, you'd be a millionaire.
Or as what I call never cleaning hockey equipment, or more correctly, hockey equipment.
Didn't you find some hockey equipment in our attic that was putrefied?
We did. And when we left Oregon, I'm like, holy shit, this hockey equipment has been well used and just thrown in the attic of my garage. And I literally pulled it out and I threw it in the dump. And I said, if I start playing hockey again, I will buy new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
we burned John's. I know. So what I want to know is when you got even close to it with a match, did it explode in some like giant methane like fire?
no, I think it's so putrefied and petrified that it's like the Shroud of Turin. Nothing will happen to it.
Did you know Fine John was born in Sarasota?
Oh, wow. Well,
He was born
feel
here.
like they're connecting to
Well,
their
it's
roots.
true. We traded. we traded. Yeah. So great. We went on this hockey tournament with our son and John Corvette, and it was so fun. I drove him down there, and this kid was so much fun. Every single time we got in the elevator, like both the boys are 10, right? Like they have to jump and make themselves like weightless.
Of course, because that's what every 10-year-old
And,
does.
So it was great. Oh, we have an incoming call, but I'm going to decline it, unfortunately. So There we go. Speak of the devil.
Okay, sorry you lost your train of thought, but
I didn't. But Linda says she misses Sarasota. You're more than welcome to come visit.
absolutely.
100%. We'd love to hang out with you.
You might
guys.
not miss it at Christmas because, oh boy, is it busy.
It's robust.
Very much.
Especially when you work 35 miles away and you have to drive on the 75. It's like, I'm going 80. I'm going 0. I'm going 80. I'm going 0.
Yeah.
I that used to really stress me out.
We might be needing to buy new brakes for a Christmas present.
That used to really stress me out. It doesn't stress me out anymore. It's like, this is the way it is. Like, it is what it is. And it's only for a few miles. So you're like, okay, it costs you an extra 10 minutes. That's what it costs you. It doesn't, it's not like you're doing that. Like when we tried to get to the rock show in LA and an hour and a half trip was 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
That was pretty bad. It was more than an adventure. It was not.
But that was like, I'm going 45. I'm going 0. Oh, and I have a 26-foot U-Haul filled with 30 years worth of crap and a Harley on the back. That sucked.
I was driving in luxury. Yep, luxury in my Mercedes. Anyways. There's all kinds of weird gadgets and things out there, but I was looking through this and some of it looks like snake oil. Some of it looks kind of fun. It got me thinking about
Christmas presents.
What's the
breast? What's the breast Christmas present? What's the best Christmas present you ever got? I think it should be childhood, unless there was something that really blew your mind.
The birth of our daughter at Thanksgiving.
Well, that doesn't count. She wasn't born on Christmas.
The best Christmas present from childhood. Boy, I gotta think on this one for a bit. It's hard for me. You remember everything. You remember like what happened. And
do you want the years?
Yeah, exactly. And you probably remember who was playing hockey on TV that day, or the football team who won whatever bowl is on Christmas Day while you opened that present.
Correct.
Okay, well, while my brain thinks quickly on it, can you think of anything?
Oh, it's not even a question. If you get into kind of the, adult married life, that gets different because Christmas presents are really different. But I think if you get to the kind of whole childhood spirit of Christmas, best Christmas present ever was my Evel Knievel motorcycle.
Oh yes.
Like unbelievably cheap, right? Like I can't remember. I can't remember if it was Kenner or Irwin that brought these things out, right? And it's just like you cranked it up. You had the little Evel Knievel action figure, and it went on the motorcycle, and you were like, and you cranked it up, and then you stopped cranking it, and then it like took off, and it had a gyro in it so that it would stay upright, but it had a lot of momentum backwards because the wheel was spinning so fast. So if you made a jump perfectly right, it would almost always backflip, and we just like lose our freaking minds.
Okay.
And that thing is so successful and so amazing that they reissued it in the last few years. And there is an entire Facebook group dedicated to building gigantic jumps and jumping over stuff with the Evel Knievel toy. And it's all guys that are like 50 doing it. That's how popular that thing was. That's how amazing of a toy it was.
So it's like the Lego Masters for Evel Knievel fans.
No, it's like,
and I'm sure they'll have
yes, it's exactly what
reality
it is. Oh no,
TV
there'll be a
show on
reality TV show with the Evel Knievel toy, whatever it is, and it's just like,
forget the Lego Masters where you
Oh,
get to
dude.
watch adults play with Lego and build shit. That's actually very
That's right.
impressive. I
Or-
think that's an amazing show to
or
watch. You think
what
it's
I
stupid.
would call it autism masters.
No,
but
they're not.
I'm not judging.
I
I'm
think it's
just making
I
a
think it's
medical
pretty cool how
statement.
they make that stuff. Anyway, they're way more
Right.
creative than I could be with Lego.
And tonight
And I would
on
say-
Lego Masters, we have Bill and Sam, two 45-year-old men that live with their parents and have never kissed a girl.
I would say the worst present we got when I was
You
a
know
kid was
why?
Lego. And you know why?
Because they're on Lego Masters. Next week on Lego Masters,
Okay.
we have seriously.
So
It's
to
like
deal with the Lego, something happened.
Lego Masters.
I can't remember why my mom had to run downstairs in a hurry, but we had this massive bucket of Lego. Got tipped over. Oh, yes, I remember my sister rode her tricycle. Actually, it was a tractor down the stairs into the basement. Okay. So she was a toddler and
A
had
little
some
too much nog.
had some kind of plastic, I don't know,
Plastic. Like you're gonna blow it up.
CNC, what was that company that made our bikes?
CCM.
CCM.
Canadian Cycle
Anyway,
Manufacturers.
CCM plastic tractor. It was orange. You pedaled the front wheels, We lived in a 900 square foot house with a basement. So my sister got this, and we're in Canada in this little house, and she's riding this thing around in the winter because she got it for Christmas. But we also got this massive bucket of Lego, and somehow it was parked on the back little porch where you come in the house. And my sister was riding around the house and rode her little tractor tricycle down the stairs, wooden stairs, to the basement, which is a concrete bottom. And she went, I just remember her bouncing down there and my mom running after her, because no wonder my sister's got some issues. That was another head injury that happened that I forgot about. She probably forgot about that too. She doesn't remember. Anyway, so my mom went to go running after her, tipped the massive bucket, 5-gallon bucket of Lego, and it goes dumping down the stairs behind my sister. And my mom was in bare feet, running down the stairs, stepping on the Lego, chasing my sister, screaming and cussing. And I think our cat ensued to follow and watch. It was a shit show.
No,
But anyway,
I can.
I remember that my mom was cursing the Lego after that, of course, because it was like stepping on nails.
But it just knowing your mother and how awesome she was and how much fun she was to be
She
around.
probably had a cocktail in her
I was
hand.
gonna say she had a cigarette in
For
one
sure,
hand,
a cigarette.
a martini glass in the other, or at least a cocktail, maybe a highball. I don't know.
It was the morning. It was coffee.
And yes, some kind of beverage, some kind of smoking device, running across Lego after a toddler on an electric tractor.
No, it wasn't electric. It was self-propelled.
Merry
Orange.
freaking
Yeah.
Christmas right there, kids.
So that I remember as well. And then a few bad Christmases when our family was kind of like the Chevy Chase family.
Well, the best
Happening. But the best present I had as a kid, when you mentioned Evel Knievel, of course, I was into Barbie. I had all the Barbie shit. I remember the year I
Did
got.
you have the Barbie Corvette?
Hell yes, I had the Barbie Corvette and the camper with the pop-up tent
Right.
that attached to the Corvette. It was yellow and pink, and Ken and Barbie. Of course, Ken did not drive. Barbie drove. Ken was the passenger,
Well, it's
as
a
it
pink
should
car.
be, and it had the pop-up camper
So-
tent, and they slept in separate beds.
So what you're telling me, Barbie was driving, Ken was riding, and there was a camper attached to the Corvette, correct? Am I correct?
You could detach it, but it was a pull
No,
behind.
but you could pull it behind.
Pop-up trip.
Okay,
Yes.
so I can guarantee you two things are true about that scenario. Number one, Ken connected the trailer and backed the Corvette up to the trailer and connected it. And 2, the Corvette had an automatic transmission.
Actually, you're wrong. You know who did? I connected the trailer.
I'm just saying, if it was actual Ken and Barbie world, and I'm going to be misogynistic or whatever, automatic transmission, Ken backed it up, Ken connected the trailer.
I would agree about the connecting the trailer, but not the automatic transmission.
I know. You're very good at running. It's funny,
Actually, I learned to drive on a stick.
And our daughter will only drive manual transmissions.
Anyway.
Good luck finding another car.
Okay, so other people had, the Barbie campers. And my sister had the Winnebago.
Yes.
My sister had the Winnebago, but I had the Barbie airplane. Okay, does anybody remember that? This thing, that's how old I am, but this thing folded up into like a suitcase-like thing.
Yes.
You unfolded it, and it was the whole half side, the fuselage. I don't know if there was one wing. And she was a flight attendant and had the little bar cart that she pushed and had the flight suit.
Right.
Ken was the pilot, I think. I don't know. But I had the Barbie airplane. And then you could put little people like Skipper and all the people in.
And then there was the dose of Rosefin and Zithromax, because clearly she needed to be treated for the STDs for sleeping with all the pilots.
Her legs didn't spread apart that far. I remember, no, actually Barbie's legs split. They could do like the upside down, the reverse splits. They actually spun 360 degrees. The Ken, I remember checking the Ken parts out though. It was just, there wasn't much there. Just a little.
Well, yes.
Yeah. But
you checked out the Ken parts and you go, Ken is a liberal from California because he has exactly 0 balls.
Correct. He had a little front cleavage piece, but no balls. You're right. Interesting. So those were good. But then the things that stuck with me as far as memorable presents that shaped my life was I did get a microscope set that slides and some things, to plants and crap to look underneath, and the little solutions, and a chemistry set 1 year all together. And I would start to blow stuff up in the basement, putting concoctions together in my dad's little workshop space down there. And that's when I kind of went, this is kind of fun. I think I like science. So that was a cool gift too. I think I was in 5th grade when I got that, past the Barbie stage, but I still played with Barbies when my sister was younger. So anyway, I also had an easy bake oven.
Thank you, Karen.
Okay, yes.
That is one of the greatest simple. That thing
made the worst chocolate cake. It turned out like pudding. It was awful.
No, this is like, people talk about cheap crap made in China now. The Easy Bake Oven is the king of garbage. It is amazing. It's like, you're going to make a cake. Well, no, you're not.
It's going to be heated by a light bulb.
You're going to make something the equivalent of maybe half of a cupcake, cooked by a light bulb in a plastic bin. And it's only going to take like 4.5 hours to cook the cake.
Okay,
like,
so my sister,
we're mixing it. I remember one of the neighbor's kids, she had the Easy Bake Oven, right? I had the G.I. Joes. It's like, so then, G.I. Joe goes over to the girl's house next door because we're going to defend the country so we can all have nice homes and baking and have a cake. And it's like, we're mixing or doing whatever, and we put it in there. And it was just like, and there's a timer, and it was like a millennia.
It was so gross.
And then you get it, and of course, the outside of the cake, it's basically like a Hot Pocket, right? The outside is 14 trillion degrees. The inside is mush and cold.
Yeah, I just remember it being this hot pudding-y stuff that was disgusting in these little metal pans.
Would never. You couldn't sell that now.
I want our audience to pipe in what their favorite,
they are Stretch Armstrong
favorite toys. I want to know what Karen's favorite, because she always wanted everything, she wanted the Easy Bake Oven and the plane, and the other one was. I want to know what everybody's favorite.
How about Light Bright?
Yes. Okay, that was going to be also on the top of my list. In fact,
Light Bright making things. No, Light Bright is a giant fucking choking hazard.
No.
That's what it is. It's a bag of choking hazard that you shove.
What did you put in your mouth?
What? Well, clearly the Light Bright, but it's a light bulb in a plastic box. Pearson Rabbit's story begins with Dr. Stephanie Pearson, a passionate OBGYN at the height of her career. But when a shoulder injury struck during a precipitous delivery, her dreams were shattered, leaving her unable to practice medicine. Determined to make a difference, Stephanie became an advocate for her peers, guiding them through the complex disability process. Alongside insurance expert Scott Ravitz, Stephanie founded Pearson Ravitz, a company determined to approach insurance differently. Together, they set their mission to educate and empower physicians to protect their most valuable asset, their income, and the most important people in their life, their family. Today, Pearson Ravitz serves the medical community in all 50 states. At Pearson Ravitz, they understand the unique concerns of physicians. Physician-founded and physician-focused, Pearson Ravitz builds human connections before they create quotes. Life can change in an instant. It's hard to imagine that a sudden illness or injury could leave you and your family in a devastating financial situation. But with a little planning and guidance, you can prepare for every possibility. Visit PearsonRavitz.com today to schedule your consultation with a Pearson Ravitz advisor.
So the light bright.
Like, what's with the light bulb
My-
in plastic
my mom-
box?
we
Everything
got-
had to be plugged in. It wasn't batteries. Is you plugged it in so you could like cook your kid or electrocute them.
No, light bright was cool. And then
Making
I had
things
the
with the
one
light.
that did the two-phase things. It would switch back and forth, so it looked like it was flashing. And my mom was so proud of mine. She would put it on those little cheap, those stools that stacked, and would put it in the window
Oh yeah,
beside the tree to
Well,
show
especially
everybody.
Halloween.
To show everybody what I made.
Especially
Yes, but
Halloween.
I had the Halloween, like the skeleton that shape shifted, and yeah, light bright was the cat's ass, man. Totally.
The
Okay.
other one that was
Spirograph.
pocket. I was just going to say
Spirograph.
you stole the words out of my mouth. Spirograph.
Who knows what a spirograph is? Say yes if you do.
Spirograph is basically a
Spinning wheel of a cogwheel that
S-
spins
s-
inside another
s-
cogwheel. You hold a
S-
pen in it.
spirograph
And it
is
traces the
gears
pattern. Yes.
where you had like
Yeah.
this piece of foam and you put paper down and you pinned it, and then you pinned these different gears and you put a pen in and you rotated it through this kind of gearing system, and then it would make these
Patterns.
patterns.
Just like
But of course, if you were 6 like me, the pattern
with
started
ADD.
and you had ADD
And you couldn't hold the pen into the pattern.
correctly, then it would look kind of like something weird flipped out of the pattern, and then you keep doing it until the pen went all the way through the paper.
Yes.
That's exactly how that was my spirograph.
And you would wreck it. And mine would be
Mom, does my spirograph
pristine.
look good? No, it looks like you're retarded.
I'm so sorry. We don't all have special gifts in art like I do. Mine were nice.
What were okay?
Okay.
So remember paper dolls?
I
Yes.
sure as heck do. Did you have a paper doll, Tim?
No, but we had. What were those things called? Shrink-a-dinks.
Yeah, I didn't have those.
Shrink-a-dinks
'Cause
were.
You know what? I didn't have a dink, so I just did paper dolls.
I'm like, shrink-a-dink.
And
Why is it
some-
going in the oven? It should be going into the cold, cold snow. No, they
Some
remember.
shrink-a-dinks never recover.
I understand that. Anyone knows shrink-a-dinks? I gotta look that one up. That one was crazy because you cut these things like again, stuff now. You would never get away with it because it's way too freaking dangerous. It's insane.
Right.
You cut the things out. It's like cut this thing out, put like an eye on this little plastic, whatever it is, and then put it
Like
in
the
your
wood-
oven
like the
at
wood burning
400. The wood
What?
burning kit.
Who had a wood burning kit? We like those were all over the neighborhood. Yes.
It's a soldering iron and wood.
Mhm.
That's what a wood burning kit is. It's a soldering iron and wood.
That was
Or you could get the more remote wood burning kit, which was just matches and wood because it would burn the same. You didn't need the soldering iron.
okay. Now we're just going way off track here on all the crazy
No, this is
things
good.
from when we were young.
Everyone needs to know what the 70s were like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then you would sit down.
There's a couple of good sources for that on Instagram. I'm trying to remember. I think it's called Do You Remember?
My
Where they
second
have
best.
some really good old toys from the 70s.
My second best present is I got the Atari 2000 when they first came out because my dad was a doctor. So I got the cool video game
Yeah,
in
we,
like 1978.
we had Atari. Do we have Atari or the other?
You had it in television.
in television. And guess who played that thing? I was never into video games. Then
Was your dad?
No, my mom played it. She would play the Space Alien thing. And
Man, when Space Aliens came out for the Atari, whatever it was, 2000, 2001, whatever that thing was, you know, that would have been like 1981. I destroyed that thing. I owned it. I had that Space Aliens. Again, like, what are you going to do in Saskatchewan in the middle, like in the end of December? It's 9 billion degrees below zero, right? Like, you can't.
So you played Atari, and you know what? It reminds me of a gift
That you did. You got a PhD in economics.
No, this was another present I got that I loved. A set of cross-country skis. We used to cross-country because I lived in the sticks in the way north of bush of Canada. So we would do that. The family would go cross-country skiing, kind of like they do in Norway, Sweden. And yeah, that was fun. We'd do that for a couple of hours, then have some hot cocoa and play games. And the whole family would go cross-country skiing. You played Atari. Yeah. And
then we ate caviar.
You did. And we ate sardines out of a can.
Yeah, exactly.
A totally different life.
But the absolute highlight of the winter was when it would dump snow, which was not common in the prairies, but when it would dump snow, and I got to run the snowblower.
Well, I could help you relive your dreams from childhood and send you back if you'd like to.
Nope, not now.
That again?
No, I love that. That was so awesome. Like you're just carving through walls of snow, and the power and massive plume of snow blasting out, and
yes, we did own one of those when my family got enough money to purchase one. I think it was fun when we got to go up on the roof and like slide off into the snowbank.
Do you know why? It reminds me. Did you know why Frosty the Snowman pulled down his pants?
Yes, we all know this joke.
Yeah, because he heard the snowblower was coming.
Yeah. He knew you were coming by.
Ow!
Now,
that one hurts my lips.
Someone said Crossman Pelican.
Yes.
I don't know if that was your favorite Christmas gift, but let me just say I have PTSD from pelicans.
Because somebody of approximately my height and weight shot her.
With a pellet gun.
No, a soft air gun. Emphasis on soft and air. You had yoga pants on.
I was doing yoga
over your head. And it would be what would be called in the military special operations world, a target-rich environment. Wow, was she pissed off.
And I pretended to know jiu-jitsu and black belt in karate and did a target-rich environment strike on you after that.
That was one. Crossman Pelican, Action Jackson. I don't think we had that in Canada. We had Big Jim. Big Jim was the non-violent version of G.I. Joe. And if you bent his arm, he would flex his bicep. And then there became a debate amongst the childhood, group. Was G.I. Joe better than Big Jim, or was Big Jim better than G.I. Joe? Because Big Jim's arm was more like skin and his bicep would flex. And then G.I. Joe with Kung Fu Grip came out in the late 70s because
Is there no chick to go along with this? Like, I feel lost because I had Barbie and Ken. What? Did
no,
you have any side chicks?
No women in the military. G.I. Joe is no G.I. Jane. That was the movie with Demi Moore.
Okay, so my turn, because I liked outdoor stuff because I did a lot of outdoor stuff growing up where I did. So yard darts, that's a summer thing, but
lawn darts.
We call them lawn darts.
Oh my.
Those were the real lawn darts, right? The heavy metal, throw them like if they hit someone's head, they would have knocked out a head.
Lawn darts started as
But wait.
Just one sec. It started out as essentially horseshoes. with darts that stuck into the ground. And if you were a 10-year-old male, that would last about 5
everybody
minutes,
would throw
and then
them
you would
straight
throw
up
them
in the air.
exactly.
We all did that.
Exactly.
We all did that.
Straight up in the air, and then run away and make sure no one got impaled with a.
We all did that. Does
spear.
that mean we all had to transition to male because we all threw them up in the air?
No, it means that you had to transition
kidding.
to neurosurgery
Yes.
because you took a lawn dart to the head.
And then the Rock'em Sock'em robots, I remember hearing about those. I never had them. Okay, this popped in my head.
Have you ever
heard
played
about-
with Rock'em Sock'em robots?
No, wait.
Unbelievably fun. Unbelievably. I'd get them now and play with them.
Of course. No, I was thinking of, did you ever hear of the lemon twist?
No.
I think I was maybe my sister's age, because she's 7 years younger than me. Might have been her gen, but I remember having this thing. Anybody remember having a lemon twist? It was this heavy lemon device, and then it had attached to a string, not a string, it was like a long tube of rubber. And then the end of it was a circle that you put all around your ankle. Okay, so it was basically like a ball and chain. So you put this thing around your ankle, and on the end of it was this big lemon, and you would swing it around in a circle in a 360, and then you hop over it. So it was like sort of a skipping, hopping thing, this lemon twist. And then if you were a smart ass, you would go buy someone and whack them in the ankles with it. But I thought of that, and then I thought of the Super Slider snow skates, which was that a Canadian thing?
I think so.
So you strap these plastic things onto your shoes so that they were like mini skis, probably 12 to 16 inches long. And then you could go down anything slippery and icy and snowy, like back alleys.
But you could, they had ridges in the bottom, so you could sort of skate on snow.
Yeah.
Super Slider snow skates.
Okay. And pogo stick. Yes. I had a pogo stick. I got that one year for Christmas. I loved that thing. I conquered the pogo stick. And then I pogoed into the lawn. The rubber end came off, and I stuck in the lawn. It was like doing a biopsy with a
punch biopsy.
Punch biopsy. I punch biopsied the lawn with my pogo stick.
Can you imagine how pissed off your parents would be with that one?
Well, then once the rubber stopper comes off and you hop back on the concrete sidewalk, it takes chunks of it, and then you get in trouble. So the pogo stick was fun. Chinese jump rope, all of that stuff. Man.
Okay, what's the difference between Chinese jump rope and regular jump rope? That I don't understand.
Chinese jump rope?
It comes from China.
Well, I'm probably mixing it up with this game we played was called, what was the name of it that we played with 2 elastics around our ankles? That wasn't jump rope though. That's different than the Chinese jump rope. We called it, we just called it Mississippi because you had to spell out the words Mississippi. It was like, I forget that.
Elastic band
jumping.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it was the same thing. And you put it around your ankles and then like up to your knees and then thighs and hips. And you had to jump over this rope, and you would put your like legs over it, and then you'd have to put your feet on it to compress the rope. And you'd do these patterns all to the letters of the word Mississippi. Some were M's, some were I's. So M was inside the rope. I is outside the rope. S was 2 feet on one side, and then S was the other side. And then a P was both feet were on the rope. And then you had to do it at all these levels. And I could probably still try to play that. But next, once people had the rope round, so you'd have 2 people on each, obviously a person on each end stretching this elastic band thing out. We would make ours from old rubber bands. So you'd stand there and you have it around your neck holding it, and someone's trying to jump at like neck height. And the people that were really good were doing sky, holding it up in the sky. It's pretty funny. At that point, you're doing pole vaulting, basically.
Well, isn't it interesting how some of these childish games become actual sports?
Yes.
Which absolutely.
Like cornhole.
That's just insane. Like they have this cornhole championship stuff you can see on ESPN. You have to. It's not real cornhole unless they're taking shots in between shots.
I'm like, what kind of?
No, they need to be drunk.
Championship is.
No, cornhole. They need to be drunk. You need to make it like there's a point. It's like darts, right? They fill these bars in Britain with darts, and the guys lose their ever-loving mind with these shots. And I'm thinking, look, make it like real darts. make them drink in between rounds. Then it would be more accurate and it would be more thrilling than just, it is wild how this stuff becomes actual
That's true.
sports,
That's
right?
true.
Like skateboarding, which was unbelievably primal when I was a kid. And then it became kind of a thing. And really it was Back to the Future that kind of brought that back to the fore. And then it's just, it's a gigantic industry. And there's pogo sticks where guys do tricks. Like there's professional pogo sticks.
Right. So just like bike tricks.
Silly putty.
Yeah, silly putty.
This makes me feel unbelievably old because when you look at the technology we have now and kids have, I see a kid in the office and they're on the phone and they're interacting. They're 3 years old and they're interacting with this device and they're able to zoom in or advance the video or whatever it is. And it's like, we're taking a piece of, I don't know what kind of petroleum product and mushing it on to a comic strip, and it makes it picture on the silly putty.
Yes.
And then we push it and pull it, and it looks really crazy because the faces get weird. And we're like, dude, mind blown.
They have all kinds of
and it's just like now.
silly putty gel stuff, which reminded
slime.
me.
Remember slime?
Yeah, but I was going to try to, I don't know, wrap this up into a medical memory Christmassy thing. I would say
look at that. Lariat's grandson is going pro in cornhole. Hey, fantastic. If you can do it.
Maybe you could be pro at, I don't know, Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Rock'em. Oh, man. When you get that sweet uppercut and the head blows off the top, there's nothing like the dopamine hit you get from that is spectacular.
Yeah, I was thinking of other games I liked, like the Mousetrap and those kind of fun ones. But no, the silly putty was one of the hardest foreign body removals I did.
Ooh.
And a poor girl was playing with this. It wasn't silly putty, but it was some kind of putty, sticky stuff that you can put in the bathtub and sticks to the wall. And it was in her.
Why did it go there?
Vaginal orifice, because kids will experiment.
Oh, it was a child.
It was a child.
Okay, well that's
like a 4-year-old. And
child stick everything everywhere.
Yeah, but trying to remove that was really horrific. I must say.
Well, it sticks to everything.
That's
no problem.
It was
Operation.
So, Operation was when I knew I wanted to be a surgeon because you had to have skills and a steady hand. And to take stuff out with tweezers and not get electrocuted.
The fact that it grounded and made a noise and the light came on, and there was this slight doubt that maybe I will actually get shocked.
And scared the shit out of you.
Absolutely.
So that all the things flew out of Adam. Wasn't that his name? The Adam's apple and the funny bone and we had that game. It was freaky until you could short the thing so that you did get shocked somehow if the wire, the rubber coat.
It would be much more realistic if it actually had enough voltage where you got shocked and then you got sued. Then it would be like actual operation.
Yes. So someone's asking about the toy. There was a guy's face with a red plastic stick. Yes. That's not.
And you could make like the beard and stuff.
Yeah, it was
on
like
it.
some kind of metal shavings.
Yep, I remember it.
But I don't remember the name of it. I do remember. Kind of reminds me of those chia pets and those.
But isn't it crazy how like talking about
remember
this
the
now,
Obama chia?
How unbelievably simplistic and ancient this stuff sounds now.
Yeah, like a cardboard box was fun back then because you could make a fort out of it.
Right. And now it's like, well, you got a cardboard box with a computer in it. Like not in the cardboard box. The cardboard box itself is a computer. It's a self-folding. Like it gets it's so crazy. Like everything is a freaking computer.
So yesterday,
I can't go running. I have to reboot my shoes because the update is, it's like, what the hell?
Yesterday, package came. It was yesterday, the day before, from Amazon, and I opened it. Completely empty. Like, what is this BS now? It's just a box. Who ordered a box? It's empty. So I had to contact Amazon.
And then
they were sending me a new item. No problem. I turned the box over to rip it up to put it in the recycling.
And the item fell
out of one of the flaps. It was so light. It was tucked under there. I'm like, well, this is total BS. That they can't even, they put like a tiny 1 ounce item in a 12-foot size box. So you can't even find it. Well, I got 2 of them now. So
all right.
Merry Christmas to my daughter.
We should probably wind this up, but I want to talk about one more toy because it was amazing. Battling tops.
No.
Battling tops. Oh, I love those.
That's not a good way to end.
Battling tops. Like you spun the tops and then they came in and they smacked into each other. It was centrifugal force. They're smacking. And then if you got a really good hit, it would like launch one all the way out of the little arena. Battling tops, man. Those were rad.
How many presents did you get? How many lifetimes did you?
Well, some of it was the neighbors.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like, you got battling tops? Well, I got hungry hippos. Or kerplunk. Yes.
Yeah.
That was just, kerplunk was basically a tube of marbled anxiety. You keep pulling stuff out until the marbles fall and, your life ends. And it's just,
yeah, I like just
pick up sticks.
I like marbles and pick up sticks. What the craziest games. And now, we have all these complicated. Apples to apples looks easy.
No, right. Or they're complicated or they're just profane.
It's what the Settlers of Catan, like you need a university degree to figure out how to play that one. Anyway, we hope you all get something better than kerplunk, pick up sticks, or
monkeys in a barrel. That is a very good one.
I love that.
I love that. And then they had giant monkeys in a barrel, which actually should correctly have been gorillas in a barrel, but they were the exact same monkeys. They're just bigger.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you're getting Jenga for Christmas or something. We hope you enjoy whatever is under your tree, stocking, menorah, candle, whatever you're celebrating.
Or Festivus pole.
Yeah, well, you'll celebrate anything on a pole. So,
whoa.
Anyway,
that cut deep.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking of your gift. It makes me laugh because I could hardly wait to the episode after to talk about it. Meanwhile, we're celebrating with a nice cocktail of some blue ice.
Blue ice vodka from Idaho. Somehow I could hardly find this in Oregon. When I found it, I loved it. And here, literally almost in our housing development at Norm's Liquors, they have a cornucopia of blue ice vodka from Idaho. It's like 3,000 miles away. It was on sale. It is amazing.
It's not expensive, nice and clean. You can mix it with whatever.
And it's potato.
Yeah, potato vodka. So blue ice, ship it just a little further down the street to our house and be a sponsor. We don't mind.
Yes.
We'll get Queen D on that. And
big
cheers
fans
to everybody, however
ice.
You celebrate. Please listen in to our podcast coming out tomorrow, Thursday, before Christmas, where we have an amazing conversation with Ed Dowd talking. No, you're shaking your head.
No, I'm shaking my head. And how in the world does Ed Dowd decide to talk to 2 dopey country doctors? Because Ed is awesome. This is an amazing show. We had a great conversation. The guy lives on Maui and has Starlink or whatever.
Tell them what we talked about.
So, yeah, I will finish. So we had to sit there and talk to him for like 45 minutes while it's downloading after. And I'm like, holy cow, Ed, like, dude, you're a Titan. You've been on all these amazing shows. You've been on Tucker. You've been on Drew. And you finally graduated the BS for MD. We talk about how Ed took the most bullshit-free data in the world, which is money, and looked at life insurance and disability claims in working-age people and what in the world is going on? Why are these so exploded in 2022 and 2023 when they should be going down rapidly? And his answer may not surprise you.
Exactly. And I'm just going to drop some hints that we actually already had an interview with the Carnivore MD, Sean
Yes.
Baker, a couple days ago.
Yes.
Super fun. He, however, did not stick around while his computer data was uploading to talk to us.
Because he has better things to do.
But that episode's coming out in the new year.
The carnivore episode was delicious.
Yes. He was just on Rogan. Now he's on our show. He got that backwards, I told him, because
We
usually
get these
it's the
people.
other way.
They go
But-
on Drew, they go on Rogan.
Yes.
You know, that's like bada bing, bada boom. What I got to do now? I got nothing else to do. I got to go on BS Ramsey.
Next week, we're hoping to give you a wrap up and recycle of the best of 2023, our top shows, your top downloads, and help you all out if you haven't been listening to all the episodes, whether it's some good ones to pick from the list from the past year and maybe all time over the past 3 years as we reach our end of our 3rd-year anniversary. So thank you for being here. We've hoped to bring some new and fun, different content in the new year, but that's all I'm going to say for now. And sign up for our Truth Serum newsletter. Today's episode should be coming out. Did you read it yet?
I did, and it was awesome. You always almost bring me to tears.
Well,
It's
today's
amazing.
episode is talking about the meaning of Christmas and how to really get in the mood if you're in a different place, as I am, and living in palm trees and trying to figure out how to listen to Christmas music and decorate a tree.
Well, I figured out how to listen to Christmas music. It's simple.
Turn it off. Yeah.
Don't.
All right. We love our fans. We would love to send you all a little gift, but thanks for the gifts you send by just interacting with us, sending us emails. We love you and thank you all. And good night. We'll see you next time.
As we wrap up, remember, Freed AI is here to free you from your medical documentation. HIPAA compliant, takes 30 seconds to learn, and is incredibly affordable. Join the movement to eliminate clinician burnout. Visit Freed AI and improve your lifestyle.
And you can try Freed for free right now by going to freed.ai. It's FREED.ai. Listeners of BS Free MD can use the BS Free 50 coupon code for $50 off the first month.
It's no secret that medicine is a bit, uptight. That's why Tim and I created BS Free MD, to mix things up a little and have fun in the process. Besides, we are having these exact same discussions all the time, so we thought we might as well invite everyone to the party. If you really like us, you can get plenty more and maybe see one of Tim's cool tattoos on our Instagram or Facebook pages at BS Free MD. See you next time.
But we try to keep BS Free MD as raw and real as possible. We can't be held responsible for any medical decisions or discussions had as a result of what you've heard on the show. We know, bummer. But the truth is, we really do care about your questions. So feel free to reach out to us by email at doc@bsfreemd.com.